Kelly Services, was a pioneer in recruitment. In fact, the first recruitment company in the world is the best way to describe. Post-World War, when people started to go to work, a gentleman called William Russell Kelly said he sent his secretary for the first time to sort of help somebody to do some temporary work, and that demand kept coming that he no longer had his own secretary for work. So he started sending more people to work like that on a temporary basis, and that's how this industry started for the first time, where Kelly girls became the norm in that part of the world. He was in Detroit, and it started that way, and then he felt it's a good business model, and from there on it became a full-fledged recruitment company, and many such companies came along. So Kelly is the pioneer in formalizing this industry in that way, and went on to become a listed company. Today listed on NASDAQ. Last year we did about $5.5 billion turnover globally, present in over 40 countries. Kelly came to India in 2001, so net effect we're about 15 years in this country, and focuses primarily on temporary and what you call as contractual or flexi employment. That's the larger part of our business. In India, it's more, our portfolio is a little more diverse, because India we see as a market where there is a higher number of permanent jobs that are getting created, and also from employment preference perspective, more people are, preferring to be on the permanent employment mode. So it helps us to be in this space, and in India our business model is more 50% of our business comes from direct hiring, and the remaining comes from putting people on a flexible kind of an employment mode. So that's the business model. Overall, we've also seen a kind of an evolvement of outsourcing of recruitment functions coming into play. So that has given form to a subsidiary company of Kelly, what we call as Kelly OCG now, Kelly Outsourcing and Consulting Group. So Kelly OCG's job is to sort of talent consult with the organization. So if you have big four companies consulting for other work, for Kelly OCG specializes in talent consulting. So in that way today, organizations which are setting up on the new in India or scaling up in a big way, looking to hire hundreds and thousands of people a year, and they want solutions which are a little larger than life than just recruiting 5 to 10 people. That's when Kelly OCG gives the consulting side of it and helps them recruit what is called as a recruitment process outsourcing today. And that in India is about close to a 400 crore market. In India, people would offer opt to be more in a permanent job, honestly, because I think it's societally there. Anybody who, if you go home and say I'm in a contract job, nobody will like it, and we always believe there's an end date to the contract, so it's not socially acceptable. But if you ask me, there's nothing called as a permanent job, including mine. So it's just that we all operate without end dates, but essentially, I'm sure when the employer says the day has come to go, we all have to go. So, but it's socially today not very acceptable that you are in a contractual or temporary job. You can't describe it that way. 5 years ago, all the top staffing companies in India came together, and we found what we call as ISF, Indian Staffing Federation. So one of the themes that we have actually told ourselves as a key objective is to ensure that we take the stigma out, we make it a far more dignified way to work for people, and there's we say that we believe that some job is better than no job, and in that the stigma attached to a contract job is people like to believe that it does not have any benefits that comes with it. In the past, we all know it was exploited. People were given just a lump sum amount without any social security or insurance or PF for that matter. So what has changed with companies like us and many of our competitors coming into play is that we ensure that there is a respect and dignity there. There's an offer letter, there's a bank account for the guy, the salary gets paid out in time, he has an insurance in his name, whether it is ESIZ or PF as applicable. We follow all these things. I think as we go along with this over a period of time, naturally the stigma will sort of get erased.